Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial. My name is Emmanuel. In this tutorial, we'll be creating the sample of the pool party flyer we have on our screen here. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new to the channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification icon to get notified whenever we post a new video. Kindly give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it to other people, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's get started. And the first thing we want to do is to hit on the delete button to remove the image we have on our screen here. Next up, we'll head on to the three dot on the top right corner of our screen and we'll head on to image size. Now the size for this design is 1748 pixels by 2480 pixels, and we'll hit on OK. It is an A5 flyer. So the next up, we want to start working on our background, and we'll head on to the plus icon here, and from our gallery, and we'll locate the files we have for this design. And the first thing we have is this background here, and we'll bring it onto our design. The next thing we want to do is to scale it up so that we'll have it over our screen this way. Next up, we want to head onto the plus icon again, and we'll import the second image for our design, and we have it here. Now I'll be leaving a link in the description of this video for this resource file for those who want to try it out, so kindly check it out. So we'll just try to balance this, and with this selected, we'll head on to layers panel, and then we'll lock this so that we have it in place and it doesn't move. And we'll select this, head on to the color filter, and then we'll reduce the saturation a bit, we'll increase it a bit so that we have a color blend nicely around 60 pixels, and we have it nicely, and we'll check. So we'll head on to the layer panel here, and then we'll lock it also so that we have it in place, because we don't want it to move around when we're creating our design. So we'll just position it and we'll lock it nicely. So the next thing we want to do is to start importing other elements for our design, and we'll head on to the plus icon here, and then we'll head on to gallery, and then we'll locate some other elements, and we'll have this over here, and we'll bring this onto our design, and we'll scale it down a bit so that we'll have it a little bit smaller, and then we'll rotate it this way, and we'll increase it, and we'll try to position it nicely on our design, and we have it over here. So we'll just scale it a little bit, and we have it over here. And then we'll want to make a duplicate of this, so we'll just make a copy, and we have it, and we'll scale it all the way down, and we'll position it over here nicely. We'll head on to the plus icon again, and then to our gallery, and we want to bring this onto our design. So we'll hit OK, and then we'll just rotate it this way. We'll place it over here nicely, and we'll head on to the layer panel, and we'll like to lock all of this so that we have them in place and they don't move when we're creating our design. So now that we have it there, we want to head on to the plus icon again, and we want to head on to gallery, and we'll bring our main subject, and this is our main subject, and we'll just trim it a little bit this way, trim it a little bit, and we'll place it onto our design this way, and we have it there nicely. So we'll head on to the relative positioning option, and we want to centralize it so that we have our subject all the way at the center of our page, and we'll check, and we'll come down here, and we'll bring it down all the way like this, and we'll check. So with that selected, we use the erase tool, and we'll erase the bottom part of our subject. So we increase the brush size, and we'll increase the hardness, and we'll erase this part this way so that we have a nice blend, and then we'll check, and we have it there nicely. So next up, we'll head on to the layers panel, and then we'll lock this to have it in place. The next thing we want to do is to bring other elements. So head on to the plus icon and to the gallery, and want to bring in this. So we have it here, and we'll check, and as you can see it has some background, so we want to crop it. So head on to the crop tool, and then we'll select it. I will select this rounded crop effect, and we just want to remove the other part nicely, and we'll just leave the part that we want to work with. So we'll just adjust it like this, and we have it there, and we'll check. So we'll just scale it all the way down this way, and scale it a little bit, and we'll position it over here, and we have it nicely. So we have it there nicely, and want to head on to the plus icon again, and we'll bring the other elements. So it's all about adding lots of elements to come up with this design. So we have this over here, and we'll scale it down a bit so that we'll have it a bit smaller. So we'll scale it down, and we'll try to balance it. So we'll head on to the layers panel, and want to select this and bring it all the way down below our subject, and we have it over there nicely. So we'll just try to position this and increase it a little bit, and we use the relative positioning tool, and we'll align it to the center, and then we'll try to use this positioning tool to balance it, and we'll have it there nicely. So we want it to be under all of this, so we'll place it over here, and we have it there nicely. So the next thing we want to do is to keep adding the rest of the elements that we have on our design. So we'll head on to the plus icon, and then to gallery, and we want to add this cocktail that we have here. So we'll select this, and then we'll add it onto our design. So we'll just scale it all the way down this way, scale it down, and we'll want to rotate it a little bit, and we'll have it over here. So just rotate it a little bit, and we'll have it over here, and we want to position it under this. So we'll just select this, and we'll drag it all the way down, and we have it here, and we'll leave it there nicely. So the next thing we want to do is head on to the plus icon, and we'll add other elements onto our design. So we'll add this onto our design, and we have it nicely. So we'll just crop it from here, and then we'll add it onto our design. We want to scale it all the way down, and want to erase the bottom part so that it gives us a blend. So we'll head on to the erase tool, and then we'll increase the size of our brush and increase the hardness, and we'll erase the bottom part of our object. So we have it over here nicely. We'll have it over here nicely. So we'll increase the size, and we'll try to balance it by positioning it properly. So we'll just try to balance this, and we have it over here nicely. So the next thing we want to do is to add the rest of the elements. So we'll keep adding elements. So we'll head on to the plus icon, and to gallery, and we'll add this other cocktail that we have here. So we'll just check, and we have it, and we'll scale it all the way down, and we'll rotate, and we're going to leave it here for now. We might work on it later, but let's just have it here for now. So we'll leave it here nicely. So now the next thing we want to add is to add the pool party. So we'll head on to the plus icon, and to text, and we're going to edit this text to pool. So we'll capitalize it, and we'll type our pool. So we're going to type pool with just a single O, because we'll be using a ball to represent the second O. So we have it this way, and we'll bring it all the way down this way, and we'll scale it up So now that we have it here, we'll head on to text, and we'll head on to style. And I have a style that I've created here on Pixellap. If you want this style, kindly leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will give you this particular style that I use for this design. So now that we have this pool there, we want to head on to spacing, and we'll increase the letter spacing this way, and then we'll check, and let's just add the second O so that it allows us to position it properly before removing it. So we'll just have it there, pull, and then we'll just work on it before we can remove it. So we have it here this way, and then we'll head on to curve, and we want to increase the curve this way, and we have it nicely at 35, and we'll check, and we want to head on to rotate, and we'll just rotate it a little bit because we want it to balance, and we have it over there nicely, and we'll check. And the next thing we want to do is head on to color, and we'll change the color of this to a gradient color. So we have this gradient, and we'll be using this for this design, and we'll check. So the next thing we want to do is to increase the size of our text. So we increase the size of our text to about 153, and we'll check, and we'll head on to spacing, letter spacing, and we'll reduce the letter spacing a bit so that we have our text kind of clustered together a bit. So we'll remove one of the O's here, and we'll remove this, and we'll give a space, and we'll click OK. So we'll just remove this and space, and we'll click OK. So we'll head on to the plus icon and shapes, and we'll head on to our gallery, and then we're going to add this. So we'll just crop this all the way down because we just want to make use of this. So we'll crop it down nicely, and we'll check, and we're going to resize it by scaling it all the way down. So we'll resize this and just scale it all the way down this way, and rotate it, and we have it. So we'll select the text, and then we want to give it more space so that that can fit in properly. So we'll just give it more space here, and we'll have it there nicely. So we'll just increase this a little bit, and we'll reduce the space again. So we have it there, and then we'll go to letter spacing because we don't want it to look awkward. So we'll just try to balance this nicely. So the next thing we want to do is to merge these two layers together. So we'll select these two, and we'll merge them together so that we have a single layer and they don't move while we're creating our design. So now that we have it, we want to position it over here, and we want to head onto the plus icon, and we'll add the second text, which is party. So we'll edit this, and we'll erase, and we'll type party. We'll click OK, and we'll scale it up a little bit, and then we'll head on to font, and I will change this font to something stylish. So I have a font that I installed here, and it's called Better Saturday. So if you don't know how to install font on Pixellap, I'll leave a link in the description of this video. You kindly check it out and you'll learn how to install fonts. So we'll change the color of this and we have it there, and we'll head on to stroke, and then we'll give this a stroke of about 6 pixels, and we'll change the color of the stroke from that to white. So we have it there nicely, and we'll check. Next thing we want to do is to increase the size of our text a little bit to about 118 pixels, and we'll take it all the way up, and then we'll increase the spacing in between the letters. So we have it all the way to 4 pixels, and we have it there nicely. So we'll position it over here, and we'll select this and we'll try to align it to the center, and we'll also select this and we'll also try to align it to the center as well, and we have it there nicely. So next up, we want to add other elements onto our design. So we'll just try to balance this and we'll introduce other elements to our design. So we'll head on to the plus icon and we'll head on to gallery, and we want to add this, and we'll scale it all the way down this way. Scale it all the way down because that's what we want to use for this, and then we'll use the erase tool to erase part of this that we don't want. So just increase this and this a bit. We'll just erase this because it's appearing on, and we'll check and we have it there. So we'll scale it down all the way, and we'll just try to rotate it, and we'll position it over here, and then we'll head on to the layers panel and we'll drag it all the way down because we want it below this. So we'll drag it all the way down this way, and we have it there nicely. So we want it below this, so we'll drag it all the way down and we have it there nicely. So the next thing we want to do is to add one more element. So we'll head on to the gallery, and then we're going to add this coconut that we have here. So we'll just scale this down like this and scale it down, and we have it. So we'll just scale it down, scale it all the way this way, and we have it over here. I'll position it here, and we want to send it behind our text. So we'll just select this and we'll send it behind our text. I'll also send it behind this layer as well. So we'll just have it there and we'll leave it there nicely. So the next thing we want to add is this umbrella right there. So head on to our gallery and we have it there, and we'll try to crop it and select it so that we can use it on our design. So we have it there nicely, and we'll just flip it and we have it, and we'll click OK. So we'll just scale it all the way down like this and have it over here, and we'll head on to our layer, and with that selected we'll just bring it all the way down below this, and we'll drop it right here, and we'll head on to the plus icon again and to the gallery, and we'll add another element. We'll still be adding this, and just add this, and we'll click OK, and we have it, and we'll scale it all the way down, scale it all the way down, and we'll position it over here, and we have it there nicely. So we're going to use the erase tool and we'll erase the part of that which we don't want. So we'll just erase this like this and we'll check. So we have it there. So we'll reduce the opacity all the way down to about 40 pixels and we have it there. Now we want to add the rest of our text. So we'll head on to the plus icon here and we'll head on to text and we're going to add the cruise entertainment. So we're going to add this in all caps. So we have cruise entertainment and we'll click OK. So we'll head on to font and we want to change the font for this, and the font we're going to be using for this is Go Bold. So we have it here and we'll click on OK. So we'll resize it a little bit all the way down and then we'll head on to spacing, data spacing, and we'll increase it to 4 pixels and we'll click OK. So we'll head on to color and we'll change the color of this from what we have there to a red color. So we'll change this from what we have to a red color and we'll click on OK and we'll position it over here nicely. And we'll head on to the plus icon again and we'll add another text, and this time around we're going to add present. So we'll just add this, click OK, and we'll head on to style and we'll bold this and we'll click OK, and we'll go back to size. I want to reduce this all the way down to about 25 pixels and we'll click OK. I will head on to spacing and we'll increase it all the way to about 10 pixels and we'll have it there. Position it over here nicely. And next up, we want to head on to the plus icon and we'll add a shape and we'll just scale it all the way down nicely this way, and we're going to increase the radius to about 20 and we'll click OK, and then we'll change the color from what we have there to a red color and we have it over there. We're going to use a gradient and we'll have it over there. So we'll check and we'll resize it a bit and we'll rotate it and we'll place it over here nicely, and we'll just try to arrange it and we'll send it behind our subject. So we'll just select this and we'll send it behind our subject so we have it over here nicely, and we'll just make a copy of that. So we'll just make a duplicate of that, make a duplicate, and we'll head on to color and we want to change the color of that to this, and we'll head on to the layers again and we'll select it and we'll drag it all the way down behind our subject. We'll just drag it all the way down behind our subject and we have it there nicely. So we'll just drag it and we'll try to position it properly. Just take it above this and we have it there. So we use the positioning tool and we'll try to position that, and we have it. Just try to position it nicely. And we have it there nicely. We'll select this text and we'll make a duplicate of it and we'll edit it, and we're going to type entry, and that's the entry fee. So we'll have entry and we'll click OK and we'll have it, and we'll scale it all the way and we'll just rotate it a bit, and we have it over here. So we'll position it somewhere here, and we'll change the color of that from what we have there to this, and we'll click on OK. And the next thing we want to do is to add the price that we have there. So we'll select this and we'll make a duplicate and we'll edit it, and the price is $100. So we'll have it there nicely, and we'll click OK. So we'll head on to color, and we'll change the color from what we have there to a white color, and we'll click OK, and we'll drag it over here, and we'll just rotate it, and we'll try to place it nicely, and we have it over here. So the next thing we want to add is to add the date and the time for this event. So we'll head on to the plus icon here, and we'll add a shape, and we'll change this from what we have there to a circle, and we have it over there. I will scale it down a bit, position it over here, and we'll check. I want to change the color of this circle from white to the gradient red we've been using for this. So we'll head on to the gradient, and we'll select this variant of gradient, and we'll click OK. So now that we have it there, we're going to send it behind the text there. So we'll just send it behind the text that we have there, and we have it here nicely. So we'll head on to the plus icon, and we'll add a text, or we'll just make a duplicate of this, and we'll make a copy, drag it over here, and we'll type Friday. And we'll try to position it somewhere around here nicely, and we'll select this, and I'll select this, and we'll make a copy, and we'll type July. I'll have July, and we'll duplicate this again, and we'll type 15th. So we'll change the color of this from what we have there to a white color, and we'll click OK. So we have it there, 15th. We'll just make a duplicate of this, and we're going to type 2022. So I've made a little changes to this just to try it out to see how it looks. So you can also try out new things when designing yours, and I would like to see how your own will turn out to be. So we'll just try to position this over here, so we use the zoom tool so that we can zoom in and we'll see what we are working on properly. So we'll just position this here, drag this all the way like this, and just increase the size of this. And we have it there. So we'll zoom out, and we have it there nicely. So the next thing we want to add is to add the venue and the other text that we have. So we're going to type music by, so we can add the guest artist, so we'll position this over here, and we'll make a copy from that, drag it all the way down, and we'll add artist. We have the video, We have DJ copy. We have Whiskeyed. I'll click on OK and head on to color. Change the color of that to white, and we'll head on to alignment and we'll align it to the center, and we want to reduce the size of this all the way to about 20. Position it over here, and we'll increase the spacing between the letters all the way to 8 pixels, and we have it there nicely, and we'll centralize this. The next thing we want to add is to add the venue. So we'll select this and we'll type the venue. And we have it there, and we'll change the font. So we'll try to position this at the center, and we have it there. I want to take it up a little bit. So the next thing we want to do is to add the last thing. So add a shape and scale it all the way down, reduce it, and we're going to increase the radius, and we'll bring it all the way down here, and we'll reduce the size this way, and we have it there. And we'll change the color of that from what we have there to a red color, and we're going to position this at the center. I will head on to this, select this, and we'll make a duplicate. I will edit the text that we have there by poolside, and we have it there. So we'll change the color from red to white, and we have it. I'll position it there, and we'll reduce the size of the text all the way down to 25 pixels, and we're going to increase the spacing to about 10, and we have it there. So we'll select this and we'll bring it down a bit. So we'll select this and we'll position it to the center. Also select our text and position it to the center as well. So we'll head onto the plus icon and we'll add a circle here, and we'll position it over here, and we'll scale it up. We'll click OK, and we'll reduce the opacity all the way down to about 40 pixels, and we'll click OK, and we'll head on to the layers panel and we'll drag it all the way down. all the way down, and we'll place it over here, and we'll have it there nicely. So guys, as you can see, our flyer is looking awesome, and we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification icon to get notified whenever I will post a new video. Kindly give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.